Hello. In this review, we'll talk about the American 105mm self-propelled artillery system, the Humvee 2CT Hawkeye MHS. The abbreviation MHS stands for Mobile Howitzer System, which is essentially what it is, a mobile howitzer platform. It's not exactly a full-fledged self-propelled artillery system, but it's also more than just a towed gun on wheels. This was an experimental development, and it remained as such. I'll tell you why the US needed to create it in the first place, what its capabilities are, and what it represents overall. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It helps make our content better. Let's burn. The idea of creating a self-propelled artillery system mounted on a Humvee chassis was first discussed in the United States in 2010. It wasn't something the US Army or the Marine Corps initially wanted. It was AM General's own initiative. The company decided to privately develop an experimental artillery system that could later be offered to both the US military and international customers. The concept itself was quite simple and logical. Take the well-known multi-purpose Humvee with its 4x4 wheel configuration, pair it with the time-tested 105mm M102 howitzer, upgrade the gun, and develop a special recoil mitigation system that would allow such a weapon to be fired from a light-wheeled chassis. In 2011, the first prototype of the new Humvee 2CT Hawkeye self-propelled howitzer was announced. AM General used the two-door Humvee 2CT version, removed the rear section, and installed the specially developed soft recoil technology system, created in collaboration with Mandis Group. This soft recoil system allows the mounting of artillery pieces on lightweight platforms like the Humvee, significantly reducing the stress on the chassis when firing. It also helped lower the overall weight of the entire system, making it feasible to mount it on this type of vehicle. The system was armed with the 105mm M20 gun, an upgraded version of the M102. The Humvee 2CT Hawkeye was first presented to the public at the ASA 2016 exhibition. However, contrary to expectations, it attracted no real interest. Even by that time, the US military had shown little attention to the system. On the one hand, the Hawkeye was fully operational, but on the other hand, few people actually understood what its purpose would be. In such cases, manufacturers typically continued to say that the system was still undergoing testing. The next public appearance came at IDEX 2019. But again, it failed to generate much interest. After the 2016 public showing, AM General concluded that the problem was probably the caliber. 105mm wasn't appealing to most potential buyers. So they began exploring the idea of creating a similar self-propelled artillery system but with a 155mm gun. In 2019, the Hawkeye was showcased once more, and that same year, AM General also publicly introduced the Brutus 155mm self-propelled howitzer, which was a direct evolution of this concept. In 2021, the US Army signed a contract with AM General to purchase two Humvee 2CT Hawkeye units, although by that time the Army had already used these systems in exercises on several occasions. Even after the agreement was signed, the Hawkeye was still regarded as an experimental platform. Simply put, there was no real demand for it. In order to attract more attention and raise the system's value, a decision was made in 2024 to send several of these self-propelled artillery units to Ukraine as part of US military aid. As of today, Ukraine remains the only operator of the Humvee 2CT Hawkeye self-propelled artillery system. And now, a year after the delivery to Ukraine and the creation of this video, demand for the system has not increased. The reasons for that are also fairly obvious. So, what exactly is this artillery system? It is based on the two-door M1152A1 Humvee chassis with a 4x4 wheel configuration, equipped with a 6.5-liter diesel engine producing 205 horsepower. The vehicle is capable of reaching a maximum speed of 113 km per hour. It has a 4-speed automatic transmission. The total weight of the entire system is 6,395 kg. The artillery component is located in the rear section of the vehicle. It features a special soft recoil technology system and a 105mm M20 gun, which has no muzzle brake. The system uses the MG9000 digital fire control system, which includes a GPS receiver and an inertial navigation system. It is also equipped with an MVR700C muzzle velocity radar, as well as a DFS-02 targeting camera used for direct fire, and AM-137A2 panoramic sight. the same one used with the M777 howitzer. The gun has 360-degree horizontal traverse and an elevation range from -5 to +72 degrees. Control is performed using a special remote display developed by Mandis Group. The Hawkeye can be operated by just 2 crew members, the gunner and the loader, who are both accommodated in the vehicle cabin. An additional support vehicle is provided to transport ammunition, along with 2 extra crew members to assist with loading shells. The Hawkeye can fire a range of 105mm ammunition, including M1, M760, M1130A1 high-explosive shells, the M314 illumination round, and the M913 rocket-assisted projectile. The maximum firing range with conventional high-explosive shells is 11.6 kilometers, while the rocket-assisted projectile extends that to 19.5 kilometers. The standard rate of fire is 3 rounds per minute, but the system can deliver intense fire at a rate of 8 rounds per minute for up to 3 minutes. For stabilization during firing, front and rear support legs are lowered. These are also part of the soft recoil technology system. Transitioning from travel to combat position takes between 1.5 and 3 minutes. The soft recoil technology also allows the entire artillery component to be integrated onto other platforms, such as the Ford F-250 pickup truck, a concept also explored in the United States. In general, international customers were offered the option to integrate the artillery module onto other armored vehicles, making it possible, for example, to install the system on existing infantry fighting vehicles and convert them into self-propelled artillery units. However, this option has also generated little interest to date. The system is still considered experimental, and despite its real-world combat use, the US military remains in no hurry to officially adopt it. Well, that was the Humvee 2CT Hawkeye MHS self-propelled artillery system. I'm sure the video was interesting and informative for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It really helps support our content. That's all from me. Wishing you peaceful skies. See you next time.